Diddy and the white side, for the most part, they'll talk about Diddy for like 5 minutes and then they'll jump off it and get right back to it. Get back to that $1 trillion that Trump just got when he went over there to the Middle East. They talking about that. For some reason, our channels aren't really covering that. That's something we need to look into because there was a defense bill that went into that $1 trillion. I think the Saudi Arabia people in Saudi Arabia in the Middle East, I think they need to be forever grateful to Black Americans, it's the Negroes, the coloreds, the Black American men who taught them about oil, who taught them how to make oil refineries, who taught them how to search for oil. And the Black American families that had these fields ripped out of their families with no compensation, no reparations, no nothing. See, we get online and say, hey, we need reparations for slavery, boy, with all the oil fields. And you see they open fracking, that they got these leases, these oil leases available. And how many black companies you think getting these oil leases? No, this is a money game, baby. It could be your heirs' property, but just it shows you don't know about where to get the royalty check from. They're not worried about you. It was a defense bill that went with that. See, you get out of line if you want to. It's $1 trillion that's earmarked for something. You got to pay attention to all of that stuff. You got to pay attention to the commodity sector. See, we can laugh and kiki about Diddy for a little bit, but you need to bring it back around. Because you don't know how many of your family is tied into some of these fields, some of these fracking areas that they're about to open up, some of these pipelines that's running under your family property that you're supposed to be getting royalties from that you didn't know about because you was distracted because of baby oil and Diddy put nut on his chest. See, we get excited about everything. People, even the plantation burning down. Why are you so excited? Why are you so excited? Who owned the plantation? Now, I didn't do no research on this particular plantation, but I know the history of plantations, especially plantations in the South. I know where the word derived from. I know who the planters were. I know that it was changed to farmers. The words end up doing a switcheroo. Anybody who put their hand in the soil and can grow something were considered a planter. A lot of these black families had plantations. And we, before we do our research fully, because I didn't even do my research, but I also didn't react to it online either. Before we do our research fully on who were the ancient family that owned the property, who owned the property in the 1800s, who are heirs to that particular plantation, before we get here and start brouhaha and say the ancestors did it, the ancestors did it, we might want to go and look at the land files to see who owned it and see whether these niggas gonna burn your property down before you can even get it back. See, we got to be careful because we have been so indoctrinated with the wrong history. Anytime you see the word plantation, you cringe, you think of bondage. But I implore you to look up what's going on with the birthright citizenship. It ties in together directly with the plantations. It ties in together perfectly. Chef's kiss. I may do a show on that tomorrow and tile this in for those of you who are at the back of the bus. Don't be so quick to laugh. Now, if it was a white-owned plantation, white built by white hands, ran by white people, enslaved by niggas, I'm telling you, laugh it up after you've done the research. But if you have done not a shred of research on that property, you don't know what that arson was. See, we can rejoice when some shit happened at Lake Lanier because we know we done the research on that. That's why we rejoice. We can rejoice when something happened in Montgomery because we've done the research on that. Who did the research in Louisiana? Who knew who owned the plantation prior to it getting burned? Who knew who owned the plantation in the 1800s? Did anybody do the research, or did we just get online, laugh and talk about the ancestors did it, and then it was hoodoo, knowing that goddamn the ancestors don't even talk to all you niggas, and hoodoo don't like all of you. Some of you done mix hoodoo up with something that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why a lot of people from the South who actually know what's going on with hoodoo don't even get online talking about it. And at one point I said, well, dang, maybe I should get online and talk about it. And then I also said I had to keep my goddamn mouth closed. Just like everybody else keeping their mouth closed about it. They done all but turned South Carolina into Africa. They done all but turned Louisiana into Africa. But them the two sets of people that's talking the most about hoodoo. Y'all done mix it into all this other bullshit and ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And then the people in Georgia, people in Florida, people in Alabama ain't saying nothing. People in Arkansas ain't saying nothing. People in Tennessee and North Carolina ain't saying nothing. But all the South Carolina people and the Louisiana people are not acting like they subject matter experts on hoodoo. But you see the people from Mississippi ain't saying nothing. See. That means some of y'all need to be quiet. Because you've been sitting here and gave the enemy a playbook that your ancestors had that they was never supposed to have. The enemy was never supposed to know what herbs that you was using down to the letter. They making know some herbs that you was using to heal yourself. But they making diseases for you every day. If you knew so much about hoodoo, you wouldn't be succumbed to a lot of these diseases that they make for you on a daily basis. If you knew so much about hoodoo, you would have never got vaccinated, inoculated. If you knew so much about hoodoo, you'd have been able to get that inoculation out of you in 72 hours. See, you don't know how to heal yourself for real. But y'all online the loudest about hoodoo. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Guys, it's crazy. For those of you who know you know, who can talk to your grandmama, your auntie and them, who remember some stuff from when you was a kid, who knew your grandma was sitting over there doing evil on people. On some people that turned hoodoo into something totally evil. Calling out deity names that don't got nothing to do with America, talking about herbs that don't have anything to do with America. Y'all done missed the mark. You totally missed the mark. And somehow these are the people who get the biggest platform that totally missed the mark. 5,000 people in the chat. And you done missed the mark. But you're a subject matter expert. Now here's the thing. Like I said, let's be careful about rejoicing until we have the facts on our land on who built what plantation, because we do know the largest plantation in the state of Georgia was once owned by the Price family. We do know the Russell Plantation, one of the largest plantations in Alabama, was owned by 4 black families. We do know one of the largest plantations in Arkansas was owned by a black family too. And that's just surface level research. We haven't mapped out each and every last plantation because there were thousands of plantations. Today we call them family compounds. In fact, some of our family members in the South, some of our cousins in the South, here where we are in the South, still live on the land. We just don't call it a plantation no more because we're not out there planting no more. We're not farming the pine trees no more. We're not growing the cotton no more. We're not farming the pecans no more. We may have pecan trees on the land, but we don't turn a profit over on those pecan trees. That's why we no longer call it a plantation. A plantation turned over a profit on a commodity. We sit here looking at, oh, the slaves were there. Well, what before the Civil War, okay? What was there before the Civil War? Because a lot of people was turned slaves during the war. What was there before the Civil War? A lot of people was considered born into slavery just because they was born in 1860, 1861, all those years during the Civil War. They was considered born into slavery just because of the war. What was there before? What was your ancestors doing on that land? But what were they farming on that land before when there was an actual plantation? You know, we laugh at the cotton today. Cotton's one of the biggest industries in the world. If I could afford to buy me a cotton field, I'd buy one right now. You know how expensive cotton panties are, cotton t-shirts. You know how expensive that 100% cotton is. Do you know how expensive organic cotton is? All this polyester, all this shit making people sick. All this stuff you putting on your skin. These clothes will make you sick alone. But everybody knows so much about hoodoo. You ain't even got the right fabric on. I know you don't know about hoodoo. You sitting there with a polyester moo on, with working with herbs in your hand. That's wild. You got step one wrong. You got step one wrong. You sitting there doing the video with polyester on. You're not even wearing real silk. That's polyester, I can tell. At least wear some silk. At least go research the Jones plantation, see how they was making that silk. See what hoodoo practices they were doing near Savannah. Y'all in the area of the Gullah Geechees, everybody's subject matter experts, the biggest silk farm over there in that area. Y'all don't know nothing about it. Y'all don't know the practices that they was doing over there. How they was able to keep so many people off their land there. And why did people want that land for centuries? They was able to keep people away. They wasn't in polyester doing these practices. And they wasn't in dashikis either. I don't take people serious online just by, what they talking about, what area they live in, and what the silk muumuu, the polyester, polyurethane muumuus, and the head wraps, the polyurethane head wraps. I know you're not getting no signals from the ancestor with a polyurethane head wrap on. But see, I might sound a little pompous if I say that too loud. A lot of people from the South is not online teaching none of this shit. But for what? We need to be able to protect ourselves if it go down. People in South Georgia, people in Albany during COVID, they caught them people off guard down there in Albany, and they was telling them to go in the hospital, and people started going in the hospital, and they started dying, right? And then next thing you know, everybody stopped going in the hospital. And when they would get sick, they would turn into themselves. The first area of America where we saw people lean over pots with herbs in the pot, that started happening in Albany during COVID, and then it spread. Because when some people start going into the hospital, then they tapped into what they knew would work and start saving themselves that way. See, that's when you know what the practices are for real. See, I don't see them people online trying to teach nobody about hoodoo. I don't see none of them people online talk about mojo bags. They're just not online doing that. You don't know which enemies are watching you. This whole time we kind of felt like it was some Russians just fucking with us, bro. These Russians, bro. These Native Americans, these Siberians, bro. They is fucking doing something. And then you go on these websites, these government websites, and see how much money on some of these Russians. It's like, damn, these people could be behind some of these rings that's going on. They're just talking all this shit to us. Nobody's stopping them. We thought when nobody investigating, nobody trying to stop it, nobody nothing. People identities being stolen, all kind of shit all over the place. My shit got stolen. Y'all saw that in real time. Just niggas at the forefront, but the overlords are very much Russian. You think nobody investigating it? That's what I'm saying. You never know which enemy is watching you say what. They don't need to know how quick you can cure yourself. I got a formula in Hello Plants that's from my ancestors back in the 1800s. That's just how far I know shit go back. It probably go back way further than that. Some of the ingredients I couldn't even find. I just know they over here in America somewhere. But even I ain't got online telling you every specific ingredient that's in. No. You know the main ingredient. And when you buy it, you know the other ingredients. However, you don't know when the enemy watching you. You don't know. That's the point. Keep this stuff in your family. When your grandma tell you something, you ain't got to blast it out online. Keep it to yourself. Unless your grandma say you can make some money doing this, keep it to yourself. You see what done happened with our recipes. We went online teaching everybody how to cook. And then everybody still said we ain't got no culture. Now they say we ain't got no recipes. Now they said we ain't come up with smoked food. We was the only ones in this bitch with smoke houses when everybody else was in teepees. We had homes and separate homes just for the meat. You know you wasn't poor if you had a house just for meat. Just to smoke meat in. I mean, people don't use their good brain. We had houses just to smoke meat in, and just like the plantation got burned down, you don't know how many houses got burned down, and the only house that was able to stay up is the house that was smoking the meat, because you couldn't burn that wood down. It'd be hard to burn some of these wood structures down. It's hard for tornadoes to blow some of these wood structures down. They're up so good. But the house was burnt down during the World Wars. You didn't know that. But they said this was your parents. This was your goddamn great-great-grandparent house. Look at that wood little shack right there. Truth is, that wasn't even a house. That was the house for the meat. That was a smokehouse. Or that was the house for the tobacco. The shade tobacco. The kind of practices that our ancestors had. It's not to be taken lightly. It's not to be brushed aside. It's not to be put in a slavery box. It's not to be brouhaha and kikied about. Nothing's funny. Nothing's funny, baby. We don't have enough land to laugh. We really don't have enough land to be sitting here talking about P. Diddy, if I'm being honest. It is still weirdos lurking. There are still weirdos lurking. And trying to figure out what y'all know so they can get it. It's people in Africa want to come over here today, the black ones. We know the white one. We know the white mercenaries from South Africa just got a round trip over here, and they supposed to be getting land. I don't think it is, how can you get land without a social? How can you get land without an ID? Well, that means it's going to be in somebody else's name. Okay. That's a whole different topic for a whole different. Who name is gonna be in? Is it gonna be in the government name? And y'all just come over here as work? We know y'all ain't gonna work in this hot ass fucking sun with that white skin. Y'all ain't never did it before. Y'all came over as indentured service during the World Wars and didn't work. You supposed to come over here to work and didn't work. You said we ain't gonna fucking work. We just make sundown towns and take their shit. We'll just make sundown towns and take what they have. That's easier. Let's see. You know, guys, we're in a good position here, but we're also in a bad position because so many people amongst us are not privy to the whole story. So many amongst us are not privy to the whole story. Now, I want somebody to go find out who owned that plantation. I'm surprised that nobody put the information out. Maybe people don't. A lot of people care about it. I'm surprised nobody has put that information out. Who owned that plantation that burned? Was it white owned? And if it was white owned, when did it become white owned? It wasn't a whole lot of white people in that area. But could have been white owned. Could have been built by white people, owned by white people. You never know. Never know. What other topic that we wanted to cover today? I've had y'all on here almost 2 hours shooting the bubble. What we do know is that the moral of the story is this Diddy stuff. This ain't yeah, there's a lot of Ricos going on right now. That's what we will say. A lot of people are being investigated. You know, it's a lot of victims that have been just really ransacked. You guys have no clue. You guys have no clue. No, you guys have no clue. No clue. A lot of stuff going on. I got to pick up my granddad, 1920s, in front of his smokehouse, and my niece won't take it down like it's the best pig. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's culture, but it's the culture that you create, and then, you have no fail safes to protect it. I asked a group, how did they get a picture of one of my relatives? I'm trying to figure that out. You know, and they sold family Bibles, they sold heirlooms, they stole everything. A lot of stuff got pushed into the library. By the way, speaking of libraries, y'all know the rooms on the plantation, I think it's loosely owned by the University of Georgia now. Fuck the Jones family. Fuck the fact that they still got people alive. It just don't matter. The worms, so that's the Jones family. And there's multiple families tied up into it, I'm saying. But the Jones family is still alive. You know that. But the damn UGA, they done went and took the goddamn land. Research purposes. We got bigger fish to fry. Big fish out here to fry. Tomorrow I may break down. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about. Am I gonna come live tomorrow? Yeah, I'll probably come live tomorrow so we could talk about the birthright citizenship. We're gonna talk about birthright citizenship because they want to bring us into it from a negative angle. But birthright citizenship was about two people. Two people. Negroes and American Indian. That's it. Negroes and American Indian are the only people mentioned. And one group that was mentioned, the American Indians, they was mentioned. And I didn't say Native Americans either. It specifically said American Indian. And one group was mentioned because they still had ties to their tribal governments after the Civil War. They still had ties to their tribal government after the Civil War. So they didn't have the American government didn't have complete jurisdiction over this one set of people. Criminal jurisdiction, yes, but you still couldn't vote. And then that's been a whole nother issue that happened in our community. This was the same group of people. Just one of the set of darkies still had ties to their tribal governments, and the other set of darkies was becoming stateless. And they said, well, no, these people don't belong nowhere else but here. They was all born here. They have no ties to no other government in the world but here. So we got to make all these people got to be citizens. They are fully citizens. See, it was thousands of tribes. That people just like to brush over and say, oh, the people in the Gullah Geechee region, they say both. They said the people in South Carolina say Bo because Bo came from a language in Africa that got something to do with Bakata Bo or something. Not Bakata Bo, it's Bakata Tara or some shit. Something got Bakata Tara or something. You know how they have long hair, goofy, stupid. Bakata Tara or something. That's why people in South Carolina say Bo, because it traces back to ancient language in Africa. And it's like, well, you know how many languages was over here in America? There were thousands of languages over here. And this so happened that was in the Catawba region. And I'm more inclined to believe that the Bo came from Catawba versus some kind of mythical, magical place over in Africa. America, That's what I'm saying. We be online talking about all our culture, and then they just take it as we discuss it. And see, we have no AI infrastructure, and I don't know whether I don't know whether that's a part of that Saudi Arabia deal. Yeah, he got some kind of AI infrastructure. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know whether all these online bot systems is a part of an AI infrastructure. Please click like in here. Please click like in here, guys, if you like this content. I'll be on here again tomorrow, so you can support the channel because y'all already know this demonetized. I'm gonna have to just gonna take this whole video down. It's gonna be edited either way, but I probably ain't gonna take the whole video down. I'm probably just gonna edit it. But anyway, we don't have an infrastructure for where when we say one thing online, we're just attacked by all these bot pages. And I feel like that's possibly the AI structure. That's possibly the AI structure that they're trying to build. I don't know. Maybe somebody can enlighten me on it. I think that that is the AI structure that they're talking about. You know, we say one thing online and we just get attacked. And it's like we know a lot of countries do have this bot infrastructure, but it seems like we're American. There is a new love for this place. Like we love this place. Like our passion is for this place. If we love America. You can right now at this point in America, you can make a distinct difference between people who are foreign nationals and people who are from America just based on the love alone. Like we love this place, go to bat for it. Take up for it every day online. Every day we wake up and turn on social media is something else about America that we got to take up for. Not outside of the realm of politics. I'm talking about the history of America we have to take up for. So, knowing that, the Department of Defense, I would think, would kick in to be like, okay, I see how these bots are attacking Americans. What is this bot system? What is this bot farm? Who's controlling these bot farms? Do we have a bot farm platform to combat it? So when they are going back and forth with these people, can we go back and forth with it? Can we do something? Don't let me just sit here and get hammered by bots. Well, I done block 30 bot pages. You see, TikTok ain't doing nothing about it. You see, Elon and no, I don't know. I ain't been on Twitter in a minute, so Elon could be doing something about it. Mark Zuckerberg is now doing something about it. That's very shocking. He doing something about it on Facebook. Instagram is a whole different story. Still got many bots. Well, they just go back and forth with you all day. You just keep getting fucking notifications. Well, now you don't have to turn the notifications off on your phone because it's another bot finna respond to something you said that has to do with your pride in America. Why you get fucked about America? Why you get use a coon just like this? Da 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 da. Why would I sit here and hate where I'm born? My ancestors buried here. Why would I sit here and hate this place? You're not finna get that from me. I'm not gonna be no Pan-African over America. I don't give a fuck about you. Do what you do. Y'all notice all of the bot pages around that the little guy in Africa? But don't say nothing about him, but it's a million bot and they be total bot pages. They don't be no African, they be total bot pages. Now how are they able to generate these bot pages so quick? How? Maybe we don't have that infrastructure. I don't know, but Scotty, you work for Elon and them. Do we not have that infrastructure? Let me see. I send the thread of bots of IG through my story. Asian beauty care bots, Asian African care bots, Eastern European sex bots. Yeah. What is going on? Yeah, they're building hella more data centers, destroying the land and water and people's quality of living. That's what I'm saying. Until we're able to see, this is what the birthright citizenship is more important than you guys think. And I really didn't want to talk about it until it was already passed because I don't want to influence. I feel like the White House somehow watching my channel. I know kind of how, but I don't want to influence I don't want to influence it where they be like, you know what, we just scratch that birthright citizenship, just let it ride how it is. Cause I'm being said something, they be like, you know what, that makes sense. Let's just don't say nothing about it no more. Just let it stay how it is. It's very important as it relates to voting, people in office, all of that. Cause baby, unless they tie into a dark somewhere, I don't know. When I was still in education, there was a program called Cyber Patriot to encourage more you to go into cybersecurity. A retired Air Force colonel was promoting it. Colonel was promoting it. Well, um, I don't know whether it's cybersecurity. There's clearly a lot of people in cybersecurity. I mean, we have a lot of cybersecurity programs in America. But for some reason, that's not stopping these bot farms. These bot farms. That's not stopping them for some reason. I don't know what can stop them. I don't know, guys. I just don't like it. I'll tell you that. I don't like it. And I think it's an act of terrorism at this point because, what does that do to the American people mentally? That's cyberbullying, you know. And nobody gets to that's cyberbullying because there be a bot forms. It's like nobody gets you can't who can you blame for being bullied? Cyberbullying is against the law. They also made something else against the law today. Trump signed an executive order today about AI pictures. You can't use somebody else's images on an AI picture. You can't do that no more. That's against the law as of today. That executive order was signed today. Let me see. Trump. What is the name of it? Trump's Home Mule executive order. It is called. It's got something to do with. I sat there and watched the press conference. I should have remembered the name. Melania was there. She introduced the bill. That's 8 days ago. Was that today? It had to be today. I know I wasn't watching the old video. Yeah, Take It Down Act. The Take It Down Act was signed into law today. It's called the Take It Down Act, signed into law May 19, 2025. It criminalizes the distribution of non-consensual intimate imagery, including AI-generated deepfakes and revenge porn. And see, y'all that y'all don't believe this whole Cassie Diddy situation is political. You see how many deepfakes that went up of Cassie last week? Of like, I don't think this political. I'm telling you this political. I'm telling you this political. See, I ain't even read that part. I just knew it was AI. But see, it criminalizes the distribution of non-consensual intimate imagery. Cause we seen Cassie hold coochie on, like that's how we know how big it is. That's against the law now. It seemed like it would have been against the law. But then that would bring the whole porn industry down. But because Cassie has won a lawsuit making her a victim, you can no longer post pictures of Cassie. All the pictures, even if you blur out, for the people who've been researching those pictures of that stuff that got leaked to Cassie in order to try to make Diddy seem like he was justified. You can't do that happened today. The Take It Down Act criminalizes the distribution of non-consensual intimate imagery, including AI-generated deepfakes and revenge porn. Yep, it says the law mandates that social media companies promptly remove such content when altered. It also empowers the Federal Trade Commission to enforce the law. So the FTC will be the people enforcing this law. Yep, the legislation passed the House 40-9 after unanimously clearing the Senate. First Lady Melania Trump played an instrumental role in getting the bill passed, meeting with Congress survivors and advocates. Dang. It passed last month, in last month, before the trial started. Telling you, man. But it was just signed into law today, so as of today, it's not. Y'all better take them shits off your page. You're going to jail. But take them off your page. All them people who's posting them deep fakes of Cassie, it's against the law now. See, that's why you can't just be so wrapped up in the trial that you don't see the other moving parts of what's going on in America. It's something going on, guys. Yep, it's very political, and I believe some of it was also planned. I'm telling you. See, it's like having a bowl of cereal. You know, this I don't know what made me just say that. When you got a bowl of cereal, right? Just say you got a bowl of cereal and it's a glass bowl. And you pour your bowl of cereal, you pour your milk in there, you know, you got your spoon, you ready to eat, you set your bowl down to go do something, you come back, somebody done turned your bowl of cereal over. So, who turned my bowl of cereal over? You make another bowl of cereal. Same thing happens. Somebody just keep turning your bowl of cereal over. So they gonna keep turning your bowl of cereal over. Now you ain't got no milk left. You go to buy some milk, and now all the money drained out of your account. So now you ain't got no money to buy no milk. So these chain reactions keep happening. Now you get back to the house. You call your friend, you borrow some money to buy some milk. Okay, they got some milk. Came back, pour your cereal in your glass bowl. You got your glass bowl done broke. Somebody done broke your glass bowl. Now it's just one thing after the other happening, right? And then the person who keep turning your bowl over and breaking your bowl and draining the money out your account, time you turn your back, is sitting back watching how you react. And based on how you react, they are planning stuff based on your reaction. Is she finna scam? Is he finna scam? Is he finna go in the store and steal it? They're planning and they're watching you do it. And just as sure as you steal, just as sure as you do something illegal, they're going to be jotted down. Gotcha. That's how it works. That's the best analogy I can give because everybody eats cereal. You know, when you got to eat a bowl of cereal, you really hungry. I mean, you taking it there. You eating a bowl of cereal over other food. You really hungry. You taking it there. Okay? That's the best analogy I give. Somebody just keep fucking with you. Every time you turn your back, it's another problem. It's another issue. Now you ain't even got nothing to eat out of it. They done drained everything out your account. You had the bar. Now you got to pay this guy back the money that you borrowed from him. Well, if you don't pay him back, then everybody watching. Somebody is watching something. Somebody is putting something together that we don't even see the whole picture of it. But that was released today that you can no longer post these revenge porn, and Cassie would be considered revenge porn. All that, even pictures of your baby mama, your baby daddy, all these dick pictures going up and all this stuff that everybody thought that they finna be posting all this stuff because this is a sex case that's going on. No. Can't post nothing to Cassie now. You wasn't gonna post nothing to Diddy because you're scared. You're definitely not gonna post nothing to Cassie now. She gonna fuck around and then won her 20 more million. And the government gonna lock you up behind it. So I hope y'all understood that analogy. That's about the best I can give right now. I have not eaten yet. I'm just drinking my little detox juice, my little ginger juice. But anyway, I will be back on here tomorrow, y'all. We gonna talk about some stuff tomorrow too. I love y'all so much. Watch the playback. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you for Diddy or you not for Diddy or you don't care? You more so focused on your family or you're interested because it's just funny to watch. It's just these. Are you okay with being that freaky? Have you ever had Don't go that far in the comment section. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm kind of okay with the freaky part. But when you trafficking people to do freaky shit, you can't do if you can't be freaky with your lover, and then you have missed the mark. You know, you have missed the mark. When you got to hire help to be freaky, you done missed it. That means you're not as attractive as you thought you was. You know, you got to pay for it. That means you ain't got the juice. Anyway, I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Before I go, y'all, this gonna be the last month. Like I said, I'm not doing genealogy or land search anymore after this month, just because of the turn of events that has happened with these weirdos coming back asking me weird questions. Weird questions. They done resurfaced again, y'all. The return of the group. I can't do it. I gotta just focus on other things. Focus on history. It's another history book that I want to put out. That I got history books that I need to get out. I just got a lot to do. I got a lot of stuff to get out. I got a lot of packages to get out. This is gonna be my last month. I'm gonna work with the clients that I already have. And if you don't get in this month, it's just I'm never doing this shit again. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just not. And really, I put the thing up where you can pay in increments, and I think that's kind of what how people got in. But I mean, I put it up so I can't take it off the website, but so it's up. But I don't think I'm just not. It's just no way to y'all behind the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know y'all in real life. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't even know people behind fake names. I didn't ask to see people's. I didn't ask people what were their real names before I started searching for land, so it could be a slippery slope in either way. I trust a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all just have been in my chat consistently, and I know like y'all just wouldn't do no weird stuff. But some of these people, and a lot of y'all are my Facebook friends too, so I know your real name. You know, um, I know your real name because you order from Hello Plants a lot. But some of these people, guys, I just don't know, and it's just no way to differentiate who's who, and God forbid somebody say I told them to do something weird after all these years of me trying to help. I just, I do want to start back putting more documentaries on Spotify. I want to start back doing stuff. I want to start back just talking about just history and just because I love talking about that part. I just don't like these weirdos, guys. And seeing like when I was just talking about history, or even when I was just mixing politics into it, they was gone. Y'all remember we went a long time without them weirdos. Unless they were just real quiet. Now they back. They gonna run me off. They gonna run me off. They gonna run me. They ran me off, guys. It's on the website. Hammer. It's on the website. It's right. It's right. It should be right next to the thing that says 72 hour. I just after this month, guys. If you don't get in this month, then I have to cut it out. I just not take nobody else. But because I'm just bringing it up on y'all, and I know some of y'all really wanted me to help, I'll just extend it to the end of the month. Cause to be honest, it's just no way to. It's just no way for me to differentiate from behind the screen. It's just no way. There's just no way. That's it. That's it. That's it, guys. But some of y'all, I really love y'all. I appreciate the support through the years. Um, and we're not going nowhere. We're just stopping that service. Just get a little bit weird. It just get weird when I see certain names, and then when people ask me certain questions, it's like, what would make you ask some shit like that? That's a weird question to ask. When have you ever heard me talk about some shit like that? Unless I'm joking y'all out about it. When have you ever even heard me say that I did some shit like that in real life? When I have came on here show after show and gave y'all my real fucking life story. Now some of y'all know me better than some of my friends know me. Cause I just be on here fucking talking. Then you gonna ask me some weirdo shit like that. Anyway, those of you who want to get in on that, I'll let y'all get in. Oh, I got you, Mr. Son. I looked at your message earlier today. I'm the elder who grew up on my father's parents' sharecropping, so I'm so not trolling. Oh, I know you're not. No, 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 no. I know you're not. I'm not talking about you at all. You're not the one. I haven't even delivered your profile yet. So this is somebody who profile I already did the stuff. I already delivered their profile and they asked me stupid shit. And I'm not talking about like I know you're new, but I'm not talking about these is old people who just came back under a new name and got the service because I put, where you could, pay for it in tiers, and it's not nobody that it's not none of y'all. The person who's doing that, the group that's doing that is probably watching, of course, because they think they're gonna do that to me too, and that's just not gonna happen. Because I shut the shit down quick when it get weird. Because I know who's weird and who's not weird based on what you ask me. Somebody asked me for a template of freedom of information at template. That's the right question. That's just an email that I got to send out to somebody who asked me that. That's the right question. You ask me some shit about a lean, chort, and all that shit. When you never heard me talk about no shit like that. I never said I was a subject matter expert in that. Never said I've done that before. Why would you ask me some shit like that? Well, you couldn't find a real estate agent to ask about that, You couldn't find a real estate agent. You couldn't find an attorney. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. So I really don't have time. I prayed on it. That's one reason I've been in the funk. JTX. I prayed on it already. That's what I'm saying. Shit really got me just like, why every time I offer this type of service, it be these weird people that just show back up like fucking like clockwork. Like clockwork. Like trying to take like my conclusion is they're not over here. My conclusion is they can't be in America. These cannot be Americans. They got to be Africans, or they got to be some kind of foreign behind just a fake name. That's why I don't be liking these hotel names in my chat. I don't like all that hotel shit because it's easy. I'm tell you, a lot of Black Americans don't do a whole lot of these hotel names. Them be fake people behind these fake profiles. They could be Russian. You don't know who. You don't know who this is behind this profile. It could be this guy. He good in Russian, and his profile is Chief Hotel, and all that old shit. Just like this guy, this black guy. You clearly is Nigerian. Look at your name, Lord Amanu Kano. Look at this. This is what I'm saying. It's weird. It's weird. You never know who this night hit. This guy right here could be Chief Iron Horse or some shit online, and you know what I'm saying? It just I ain't got time for that. It's too much shit to do. Man, I got packages out the ass I ain't got out yet. I'm sitting here fooling around with Chief Iron Horse. You done popped up in my email, ordered a service, and you Chief Eagle Eye Red Dress. I don't have time for this shit. If you can't use a name at this point, and you're looking for your family heirs property, but you can only give me the name, some names of some elders that you don't even connect to, man, please. I don't know who you doing this for at this point. I don't know who you doing this for at this point. A lot of y'all, I know you're not no liars. I mean, I can just kind of tell that you're not liars because some of y'all have really supported the channel. You know, some of y'all have really just been here for a long time. This ain't our first year doing YouTube. You know, but I just can't do it, y'all. There's plenty of other people that these weirdos can go to. They just want to come over here. I just can't do it, y'all. Child, we'll talk about history. That run them away when you get educational. It runs them away. It runs them away when you get educational. Anyway, yeah, he a Nigerian prince. Exactly, Susu. This nigga Nigerian prince. Boy, you going to jail. Boy, you going to jail. But see, they don't have those hats on no more now. They don't have those hats on no more, so you can't differentiate them that way. They don't have the hats on no more. It was easy back when they had the hats on. You know, I kind of, shit. At least I knew who you were when, You done got your hair lined up, and now you look like a real black man, like you in the workforce. Press play now that now said press play says start requiring identification. I'm just saying it just seemed like these they'll be I have no way to verify it, whether it's a fake or not. I feel like some of these people will go to the length to get a fake ID. If I saw it being like, okay, you got to verify I need to see some ID before I help do this lens. I believe they'll go to that length. That's what I'm saying. I leave some real life crooks online, y'all. Go through the FBI website, Secret Service. Go to these people websites. You will see the type of crimes these people are in. Yeah, you just don't. It's some shit going on. There's some real life crooks out here. You be minding your own fucking business to yourself, and these people be running plays. So. Chief Big Calf. Exactly. I don't have time for you, Chief Big Calf. You ain't have no nigger. Oh, damn, y'all. Oh, I meant to show y'all this, too. Let me take this. So y'all, I meant to show y'all this, too. Look. Look at Lizzo with the damn stood in front of the damn picture. Girl, because you were never goals. And this is my point. When I wanted this damn statue to be girl, yeah, I know they done froze me, y'all, so I done switched it to my other screen. I actually signed a petition for this damn thing here to be taken down. Guys, I wanted to show y'all that before I got off here. Because Lizzo, you was never goals. So this make my point even more. Girl, what? I don't know no little black girls that say, you know what, when I grow up, I want to be Lizzo. I don't know no plus size women that say, you know what, I want to be like Lizzo. I know plus size women that say, I'm trying to get this goddamn weight off. I'm tired of being short of breath. Breath. Okay? No matter what I try, this weight just won't fall off. I'm in the gym. I'm trying to get summertime vine. I don't know no fucking slouches. Be like, you know what? Let's be Lizzo today. That's my point. Anyway. I love y'all so much. I will talk to y'all. Thank you for those who supported the channel today. Thank you for those who sent super chat today. Ashley and Marcus, I think that was. That Marcus? Thank you so much, yes, Marcus. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.